All right, all right, all right, all right. Hold on, making sure this is working. All right, cool beans. So it is working. Okay, today beats are brought by Stream Beats, Lo-Fi Vision. I'm listening to it through Spotify. It is copyright free lo-fi music for Twitch stream, YouTube videos, and nap times, which is true. I've taken quite a few good naps on some of these Stream Beats. Okay, so a couple days ago I started working on this page. I had to take a breather because I was just dead exhausted, but it forced me to start. As you can see, here's my fancy utility, great value storage bag with all my pencils on it. It's nothing but the greatest technology that you've ever find. Okay, so I was working on page 3, book 7. I'm still kind of working out my layout. And let's go ahead and take care of a couple things here. Like, for example, like my pencil, pretty freaking broken. So fun fact about Prismacolor pencils. If you do get them, even though they're hardy, make sure you don't drop them. Especially some of the old school ones from like just any color pencil period. A lot of people have a habit where they stick their color pencils in their backpack and they throw it around. So what happens with some of the old classic Prismacolors, now that they're made by like Sanford, in this case it's a color eraser, it's not as bad. But what happens is when you drop your pencil, it will crack from the inside. It will literally break the lead. And then so as you're sharpening, it keeps breaking the lid over and over and over again, the tip. So it's one of those things I usually tell people, if you're going to be working with these Prismacolors, make sure you do not, I repeat, do not try to drop your pencils. So last time we came up with the basic layout, as you can see, here is the page. I have some pretty good idea what I want to do now. So there's V running around the corner, leading left to right. And then right around here, let me make sure that I can see if anybody's talking to me. I got to make sure I could see. Okay, don't mind the music, guys. I'm trying to do my best where I'm trying to not balance out. Unfortunately, my headphones are still down. Okay, so he's running left to right, because remember here in the States, we read left to right. So he's running around the corner, he's speeding forward, then he looks towards the right because he can hear something coming. And then right here, the arm leads us to the next panel down here. And then he sees that these guards are coming right around the corner. There's about 4 or 5 of them. The head leads us down the hallway, which leads us to the guards who are actually walking towards us. And then these vanishing lines is literally, or perspective line is leading us to the next panel down here. And then you see V literally like flattening himself onto the wall as these guards walk past him. And then we continue down. Here towards the bottom of the page. Then you can see that V sees I can't think right now. Pretty much the stairs towards the sign towards the stairs. Good Lord, I can English. And then right here, he's looking up and it leads us to the next page, and so on and so forth. So a lot of the layout was done last time, and sometimes you have to, when you're drawing your own comic book, I just want to have fun with it. It's one of those things that if I have the ability to, like, it's different these days. Back when I was younger, I used to draw all the time. If I didn't draw, I didn't eat. That was pretty much the whole, the basic story. If I didn't draw, I didn't eat. Now that I've gotten older and I got a little more stable job, I pretty much just draw for fun. My current job is great. Like I said, I love it. But it's a lot of data. So this kind of breaks up my day a little bit. So it's one of those things where I really, I'm kind of taking back my ability to enjoy my drawing again. Okay. So here he is looking down the hallway, trying to keep him in model. And V used to have, rest in peace. I miss him. I really do. Fortunately, a lot of you guys might not know this, but V, his name was Roberto Vasquez. We actually went to high school together, and then we worked at SeaWorld together. Because we weren't really friends when we were kids, because he was a little older than me. So he was like a junior when I was a freshman. But when we worked at SeaWorld, we used to work together, and then years later, we both ended up. We used to work at the Sea Land and Otter Stadium, And then he used to work at the Dolphin Stadium in SeaWorld, and I used to work at the Penguin Encounter right next to him. So we got to clean a couple shifts, so I kind of got to know him a little bit, but nothing like, as friends. So he was a cool guy, always joke, loved basketball. And, we, like most people passing the night, we weren't really close that then. But then one day, it's like many years later, we ended up becoming instructors at ITT Tech, and we saw each other, and we just kind of stood there, like we had like a standoff for like a second, like just trying to like process, like I seen you before, or have I seen you before? And I remember our department chair, he kept looking at us like, are you guys gonna fight? Because you guys look like you're gonna fight. And then I was sitting there like, we mentioned a place, and I was like, what's it? They're like, hey, SeaWorld's like SeaWorld. And yeah, we were friends for a long time after that. And those of you guys who might not know, the Hellion Rider is actually a joke that started between me and him. And, he always had like these crazy stories. Like he would go partying over the weekend, and like he would come into work, like just, you could tell he was partying. Like he smelled like he was partying. So it's one of those things that he always had these crazy stories. And I go, you know what? One of these days, I'm going to draw a comic book about you. And it's going to be like the craziest thing. Like, like at the time Ghost Rider just come out. So I'm going to make a Puerto Rican version of Ghost Rider. And that's how I ended up kind of drawing this comic book, the Hellion Rider. I just wanted to draw something cool and fun. It was just for me and my friend. It was like an inside joke kind of deal. And yeah, and that's how I ended up drawing this character. Fortunately, a couple years ago, he passed away. He ended up getting stage 4 cancer. His bad habits caught up with him, and he ended up cancer of the liver, and then it spread to his lungs, so they got it out of his lungs, and then what really got him is when it spread to his colon. And yeah, and that he went out quick. That was kind of hard for me. After he passed away, like I was doing some really good progress on this book, I had to put the book down because it was way too painful for me. I literally was the last person, like all his party friends that he used to be with, not a single one visited him. I was like the only friend that came out to see him when he was just riddled with cancer. I mean, like, if you would have seen him, you would understand what I mean. If you ever had anybody in your family that suffer from cancer, especially when they're like terminal, there is a specific smell that it's just hard to describe, but it's like putrid flesh. And he had it, and like part of his body was green, and he dwindled away. I mean, he was like 6'2", and he dwindled away to like almost like 80 pounds. It was crazy. Like he was just a sack of walking bones. And it was hard. I came down, I spent 2 days with him, and I treated his family, and he was I miss him a lot. And he's in a better place now, and I gotta finish this. This is my tribute to him, and I just wish he would have taken better care of himself and not drank and partied, or there's nothing wrong with partying, but just take care of your body, man. Even if you take care of your body, like my aunt, she was a fool. My aunt didn't smoke, my aunt didn't drink, and she died at the beginning of 2021 of cancer too. Cancer is just this heinous condition, and the survival rates today is much better, but I mean there's a couple places, like I've lost about 2 or 3 people like on top of COVID, because I lost a lot of friends to COVID too. Like I lost about 3 people to cancer. I lost V, I lost my aunt, and then I lost one of my friend's mom. She was the sweetest woman on earth, and she ended up having stage 4 cancer in the back of her brain. It was a tumor, and it was horrible. She was gone in 6 months. And it's just one of those things that if you get in your brain, if you get in the colon, the liver, I mean, it's once it spreads, it's hard. It's hard to get under control, and it's It sucks. It just sucks. There's nothing you could do. I can't even imagine what the person's going through to their heads. Like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And, you know, towards the end, he went from, like, being a party guy that, you know, like, he didn't take things for granted, but you could tell, like, he was enjoying everything. Like, looking at flowers, spending time with his gecko. You know, you could tell that he was really enjoying every possible moment. And for someone that went from nonchalant partying to suddenly he is, you know, he is just carefully assessing every second of his life, to see that change, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, now you guys know the story behind the Hellion Rider, based on my high school friend he's no longer with us. I've lost a lot of people, and unfortunately he's one of those people that I lost. And I gotta finish this comic book. I just really want to do it, you know. It's my tribute to him. Unfortunately, I only got to see all the way to, like, book 4 finish. I didn't draw it fast enough. I had a lot of life events happen. So I'm hoping once I get this done, I publish it out, I can send this to his family as a, you know, for being kind to me and welcoming me when, you know, he wasn't doing good. They didn't need to allow me in there, and they did. There we go. There you go. I'm definitely feeling a lot better. When I was drawing this, I was so tired in this panel. My God. Sometimes you're just tired. Like, you don't want to draw, man. There's some days you just don't want to draw. Okay, so right here, I'm breaking the mold. I love breaking the mold. I don't know why. I've just always loved it. I loved it in comic books since I was a kid. And now I just use it. And this is the good thing about, like, drawing comics for yourself. Like, you could do whatever the fuck you want, and it's so much fun. It's a lot of work, but it's so rewarding when you're doing this. Like, when it's so finished and done, you're like, yeah, I did that. You know, it's kind of like the novelist that finally wrote their novel. Yeah. Okay. I need to get what these guys in the tower look like. Give me a second. I got a reference to another page. Where are you? Boop-a-doop. There you go. Reference to another page. Okay. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, so these guys, amazingly enough... Okay, so these are the guys that are up front. So far... Oh, what the heck is this? Oh, must be some lead. I need to clean my desk so bad. Probably a piece of lead somewhere. Alright, so these guys are the ones that are like infantry. They're up front. They're in the front line, so they're gonna have their uniform, but it's gonna be more like tactical, kind of more. So let me get some references. More of. Let me see if I can get some good references here. Boop. Yeah, reference is your best friend, guys. Whoever tells you they don't need references, they're lying. Military, infantry, gear. Alright, there we go. That's pretty good. Let's go images. And the tactical gear can get like stupid crazy. I've seen all kinds of like crazy tactical stuff. What looks good? That looks pretty interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, so you can see these guys are walking by. They're gonna have, I need to sharpen my tip a little bit. And so these guys, they're pretty much the frontliners. They're gonna have brain buckets. These guys are getting attacked. You don't want to go out there to the field, especially since you're aware that one of your dudes that you're attacking, it's like a demon. So you want to make sure, let me move this a little closer so you guys can see what I'm drawing. He's got demon power, so you definitely don't want to go in with like nothing on. Attached to his head, even in the future, he's still got bands and stuff. Then you got some gear. extra protection. Then he's got his crazy, these rifles are fucking hilarious. Like, they don't make any sense. You know, when I started drawing this, I didn't know anything about firearms, so you gotta bear with me. I'm kind of embarrassed. I've actually gone back and fixed quite a few firearms throughout the when I was doing cleanups, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. They were so bad. They were like a brick and a brick. And it happens. I mean, that's like the first gun almost every artist draw. We draw a brick with a brick. Let's be honest, most people in the arts are not into like firearms or stuff like that. Most of us are hippies. They were having the finger in the trigger, so there was no trigger safety. So I've come back and like fixed a lot of that stuff. And do the best you can. I mean, when you draw in paper, I mean, normally I need to get the mechanical pencil. Drawing this way, it's a little hard on my hand sometimes. Okay, you're gonna have pockets, because you cannot have tactical stuff without pockets. Tactical pockets for your pockets. Tactical, military grade. Okay. So guys are suited up. And a lot of this is going to get cleaned up once I go into Photoshop. I'm also drawing at a weird angle. Like, my arms are stretched out. Like, normally I'm like right on top of my drawing and I have like a 45-degree angle to draw on. But like I said, I'm still repairing my house, so I don't have a lot of my studio set up yet. This is like a temporary setup until I get what I want, but I got a lot going on. I'll eventually get there to what I want. I want to get my studio going. It's just, I finally had it going in my last place, and then I had to move for a job, Texas, so I'm kind of starting all over again. Need protection. And of course you need to have tactical weapon, like you have the leg band, then you have like the shin guards down here. What you doing, meow meow? I hear you. Okay, you're just on top of the. Okay, cool. I gotta keep an eye on them, man. Like, they could be a little destructive little shits. Then right here, he might have something else. I don't know. He's got like crazy leg that makes no sense. So he's moving forward, so this foreshortening can be a pain in the ass sometimes. Look at this. It looks like he's got like a little chicken wing for a leg. But again, the objective is to get most of these pages drawn out. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. So that takes care of that right there. So we got dude right there. Okay, real quick. Okay, so we got that going on there. Okay, so we got... And eventually, so my backgrounds, I don't know why. When I'm drawing in pencil, I tend to blank out. I don't like to do a lot of detail in the backgrounds. I tend to do a lot of it with texture. Once I move to Photoshop and I start like drawing and stuff like that. Just the way that I am. Maybe because I come from like an animation background. I don't. So the first couple books I drew, and I think this is where this came from. The first couple books that I drew, I put a lot of emphasis on like details on the backgrounds and stuff. And then when I saw the final book, a lot of the detail was covered with like speech bubbles and stuff. So after that, I kind of gone pretty simple on my backgrounds. I just didn't see an importance in that. Like, of course, it's important to have backgrounds, so not get me wrong. It's just that I try to be like right here. He has an earpiece. So this little earpiece there. He's got one over here as well, and he is listening to Damien as he's running through this facility. So I'll probably put the speech bubble right here, what Damien is saying. And some of my pages flow really well, others don't. I'm never going to get it 100%. Sometimes you try to. Always strive for the best version that you can. But you know, sometimes it happens. Okay, they're still clearly running forward. You can see that my jacked up foot. Again, it's a little harder with the pencil. I could tell my hands, man, I haven't drawn in a while. Like, I feel like all the muscles right here have gone down. Plus, I've been doing, like I said, I'm in bodybuilding, so I'm putting my hands through some strain as well. I just enjoy the bodybuilding. It really just helps me calm down a lot. So... and even this, I'm going to give them the lenses. Eye Pro. You can't be going out of the field without your Eye Pro. You need Eye Pro, Ear Pro, so on and so forth. Keep going right here. Probably gonna add another dude back here, like a silhouette indicating that there's another person back here. You don't have to go crazy with the details. Some of them can be implied. This is a group running close to each other. It's something that I've kind of learned throughout my career, especially with trying to do fast production. Like, I'm not sure if you guys ever gone to Netflix and watched like The Way of the House Husband. That show is hilarious if you haven't seen it, by the way. Oh my god, just so funny. So it's about 5 dudes right here. I gotta be careful, so you can see that's where the action safe area is. So I'm not gonna put too much detail on this guy back here. He's gonna be further back. Just like a placeholder, fill in the space. These guys are righties. I actually met a few shooters that were actually left-handed, just like guitar players. They're like screw it, man. I don't need. I'm just ambidextrous when it comes to my shooting. So I tend to be like that with my pull. It doesn't work every time, but there's some shots that I have to switch to my other hand because I just cannot make the shot with my right hand. Okay, this guy's like a mid-transition, so he's running. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean some of this stuff out. The background. He's got the shades. It looks like a bunch of like skiers are going in to, like, they're shooting with like a 2x4. Like I said, guys, you know, one of the things that artists kind of have a hard time doing is coming up with content. They get so over focused on perfection that the objective is just create stuff, just have fun with it, create it. Who cares if it looks like crap? I assure you, that person that has like the most beautiful gilded pages you've ever seen, they spend a lot of time, they have the memes to do it. I just want to get the story art. Like, I just want to have fun. I just want to get it done. And I mean, if you don't believe me, you get bored look up at like some of the original panels from like One Punch Man. They're very crude. And I'm not talking about the redraw. I'm talking the original. Because you type in One Punch Man like manga and you start getting the beautiful panels. No, you need to go back to the original manga. And you see like it's really crude. And that's okay. You know, he wasn't the best artist. But he still did a really awesome show. Like if you've not seen One Punch Man, you are truly missing out. It's so funny. It's just a superhero that is so ridiculously strong that he is just bored. And everybody's like, you know, they have these like epic stories. And he's like, man, I'm just doing this for fun. And that's why I love that series so much. Because in a way, I can kind of empathize with him. For a while there, I'm not going to say that I'm like the best artist in the world. But I was drawing so much that I kind of got bored. Because all the requests I was getting was the same. I couldn't do anything creative and or fun, like something that was legit creative. Like, oh, everyone should be creative, and then the client end up ordering the same crap over and over and over and over again, and it was kind of frustrating. So I kind of got bored. You know, there's only so many logos you could do, especially if you're doing like specific fields, you know, eagle with a Gerber, with a lightning, with a wreath, and it's the same damn rehashed logo over and over and over again, which I'm not complaining. It put, you know, food on my table. So I am not complaining in that aspect at all. I feel very blessed that I even had the opportunity to work and get paid for my art. But it does get kind of boring sometimes. So yeah. So right here, we're going to have like some screens, maybe some cameras. I need to figure out what else I want to do here. These dudes are just running down the hallway. This is just a hallway. I might define this a little bit more once I go to digital. But for right now, I just want like the basics. And there's a lot of stuff that I do in digital. This to me is just kind of layout, most of the fine lines. It also gives me a break from the computer. Funny because I'm streaming this via the computer. Yeah, so it's one of those things that it just gives me a break. Especially once I start doing the cleanup, I'm going to be spending a lot of time just being on the computer. So anytime I get some analog stuff, I just really enjoy it. I'm already getting old. Oh, okay. So this right here, what I might do, it might be like an alarm. Alert, intruder in the building. And it has like a picture right here. Actually, no, they do not know they're in here yet. So maybe something that says get to your locations. So it will have like a sign and then there'll be like some data here. Obviously this is floating. It's kind of like this little, like these guys are kind of coming out. Think of like the football players coming out like of their locker room. So think of it like that way. And then a lot of this I tend to give it like rivets. I tend to give it like some rust and stuff when I go digital. So I like to give it different textures when I move over. Then my vanishing point's back here. And then this right here would be like really dramatic lighting. Yeah, in the future they still have these the LED lights in the hallway. There you go. That looks kind of neat. Dig it. Totally dig it. Alright, so now that that's getting done, so my dudes are coming down the hallway. My dudes! Okay, so that's pretty good in my opinion for right now. Say whatever I don't get right now. I could tell I'm rusty. Look at this. And it's funny, as I draw in this book and I look back at my pages, you can always tell when I was like in a better mental state at one point, and then another state like I was just exhausted, or if I was having a good day or a bad day. You can always tell. Yeah, don't mind me. Brought to you by Propel. Blah. No, just kidding. I wish. No, I love this stuff. This stuff is like crack. I'll probably need to start drawing more of my Astrocat stuff. Me and my friends are picking up on that project again. We're all adults, so again, we're not a bunch of 20-year-olds. We all have lives. Some of them got wives, so we try to balance our main job with our creative project. So I'm back working on the Astrocats project. I just finished the animatic the other day. We're currently trying to figure out what to do with our content, because we have something in the works. I cannot say what that is because I don't like to give false information. But if things go well, maybe we might be making some stuff and I'll be promoting it a little bit more in the near future. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. There's V, look in the other direction. So at this point he has dimmed his light. Comes down. Okay, he's trying to stay as quiet as he possibly can. He does have that mustache. Or that goatee. He's got his crazy mutt chops. His ears, and he's got 1, 2, 3 earrings. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 5 or 6 spikes. It's funny, like his spikes grows again depending on what day I'm drawing this. It happens. Gotta stay as consistent as possible. Sometimes you just whatever. No! That's why I need to get like the mechanical pencil with the tip. So for right now, I'm perfectly fine with this. Sorry, my friend's texting me. So he was moving. He's in the military, and when he moved, the military lost his shit. So he was flipping out for a couple weeks for obvious, very reasonable reasons. And he got very lucky, and he finally got his stuff back. And he was just kind of letting me know, hey, my stuff's fine. I got it, blah, blah, blah. Which I'm really happy for him because I've heard horror stories of military personnel having like losing their stuff, and then as they're moving, and then like their stuff ends up in auction, or just a lot of craziness. So I'm pretty stoked for him that he got his stuff back. Like I said, even though I'm a little slower, I want to start making a habit that like every day I draw a little bit more. If I'm not gaming, I'm drawing, and that's what I want to do. With this Astrocats or working on my book. Last night was a really bad night of sleep. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even know how I'm awake. We had some very severe storms here in Texas, and of course they happened to roll by between the hours of 1:30. And oh my God, it was, I thought I had to jump to my bathroom, because it was so crazy. Like I could hear the wind howling. It was scary. It was scary. I'm like, there's a tornado nearby. There's a tornado nearby, and of course it's dark, so you can't see it coming. And I personally, I'm not afraid of hurricanes. I am, however, afraid of tornadoes. Not because I don't know how to get out of the way. It's mainly because I'm scared that I'm gonna be asleep and this thing's gonna go through my house and tear it up, like, you know, like a bag of like cereal, and I'm not gonna get a chance to, you know, do anything about it. I'm just gonna be unconscious for it, and get practically blended alive in a massive heap of spinning garbage. It's kind of like falling into water during like a hurricane where there's like a surge. It's not the water that kills you. It's all the crap rotating in it that kills you and impales you. You practically get blended alive. Yeah. So I didn't really sleep much last night. So the fact that I'm cautious slightly is actually quite impressive. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Okay, so we have... Okay, so let's go ahead and try to get some of these dudes. So this is the edge. So his glow has gone down significantly, because he doesn't want these guys to see him. It's only us that can see the glow. He's kind of just like a dim light at this point. Okay, so this guy's gonna be foreground, midground, background. Okay, so this way I can figure out who I'm drawing in the front. Alright, so now this is where I need to start defining what these uniforms look like. Not much here. Like, we have kind of an idea here. It's kind of implied, but here's where we actually get to see it. So again, there's the brain bucket. And it's funny, like, it's like I've been looking at military style stuff for a couple years now, and the equipment gets more advanced, like the materials get more advanced, but like what I noticed when they're really advanced, they're just pretty much just adding more crap to the helmet. So I kind of feel bad for that person probably holding 20 plus pounds of headgear on their head, but it looks technically cool. Hey. Okay, this provides some protection around the neck. Okay, so he's running. In this case, he is stepping. So as you run, your body tends to gyrate. So in this case, he has his arm out. This elbow is back here. Then you can see this is his lats, shoulder blade, and then you can see part of his finger holding on to part of that rifle. Remember, it's pointed down. Do not flag your peers as you're running with guns. I'm just saying, it's a good rule of thumb. You don't want to die from friendly fire, just saying. Then they still got a strap around their body. Okay, he probably has a pocket, shoulder pocket, where he gets to put IDs, whatever random necessity he needs to be out in the field running. Okay, and he probably's got something else on this side as well. Just random military jargon. Like, there's no real, obviously it doesn't look like the real thing, but you know, whatever. Okay, now these guys have a vest. It's really good to have a vest, so I need to keep that in mind as well. So, and this is just me kind of fleshing out this uniform. This is a weighted vest because not really weighted, but it's got plates in it. Hopefully in the future they come up with something lighter. But it's still gonna be. It has to stay. It's heavy enough where it can stop laser beams or whatever they're shooting in the future. So it has to be robust to fight against that, but it has to also be something that you can move in. And that's the problem with gear. When people try to draw it, they'll draw like metal plates that are like flexible. It's like, no, that I've seen those bulletproof vests. They're not flexible by any means. But in the future, we've figured out technology somehow in the post-apocalypse, and we have a light armor that can stop lasers. Don't question this. Just roll with it. Alright, so... Alright. Just making sure my phone's not blowing up. I get a lot of messages throughout the day. I've been quite popular these last couple of days. Oh, then I mentioned that I have learned how to do archery. It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was very fun. Okay, so over here and right here, you have the band going around them. Keep in mind that these straps, they do have weight around them. Sometimes they'll have like ridges right here on the side. It just depends. Maybe this one is a little more flexible. Again, we're just trying to figure this stuff out. You got the uniform. Okay, cool. So he's running. He's got this very stiff vest. Okay, and then right here, obviously this right here is like a band. I feel like the 90s where everybody had like tactical pockets. Okay, you can see his thumb over here. Okay, like I said, it doesn't gotta be perfect. I just gotta have fun with this. And he's running. Then right here, you see it again. Continue to go down. Tactical. Yeah, dude's running. And then the helmet, normally there might be something right here. Maybe it's got like a little antenna on the other side. There might be some ridges here so they can mount some stuff there. But again, this is the future. Maybe it's magnetic. I don't freaking know. It looks like a jacked up, what's that called? Bicycle helmet. Then right here that has a plate for whatever camera or whatever they're using to stream their events. Alright, cool beans. There you go. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, they run past him. You can see this like motion going on with these characters are just moving right along. Still little speed lines showing that obviously they're hauling ass, but they're not like crazy speeding. They're clearly moving fast down the hallway. Like this is quick. Like he's running, he quickly sees them, he hides against the corner, and then over here he is now. They're now zooming past them. So just those little few speed lines kind of give that indication right there. Which would explain how come they can't see him, because one, they're wearing this helmet. I'm pretty sure the line of vision is very limited. It's kind of more like tunnel vision up front, so they can't really see on the side. And if he dim his lights out, I'm still trying to figure all that stuff out. They were not able to see too much. Okay, this guy's in the mid-ground. Again, here's another dude. And he's not going to be as dark as this guy. They always want to use your line weight to indicate who is located where. Alright, let's do that right there. Alright. Oh, God, I'm old. Okay, there we go. So we got that right there, and let's go ahead and clean this out a little bit. This is why I go through so much pencils, because it's kind of hard to keep that little fine tip there. But I dig it. Like I said, I eventually need to get the mechanical pencil, but for right now, that's an expense. It's going to be a little while since I'll start dropping more money and stuff. Like my main objective right now is to get my house repaired. I got a lot going on career wise, and I might have to move in again. Who knows? Depends what happens. Make sure the band attaches to the chin. Then right here, this gives protection in the neck area. Again, I try not to go too heavy-handed because he's in the mid-ground. Keep in mind that these guys also get elbow protection. Then right here, I needed to add some thickness because the straps are going around him, because in this case the shoulder is further back. Okay, so I have that right there. Make sure music's playing. I can't tell. It's one of those things that it's slightly playing. It's not too bad. Okay, cool. Okay. It's these panels like this that eats up a lot of your time, especially when you have a lot of like multiple people. Per panel. It's the same thing as storyboarding. The more people you have cramped, yes, you butt. What you doing, meow meow? It's my little meow meow. Hey, what you doing, you butt? What you doing? It's my little Twinkles. I've seen her before. It's my sweet little, my little shit. I love her to death, but someday she could be a handful. Am I right, Meow Meow? You just want petsies. You just want petsies. One hand to pet the kitty, and another hand to sketch. Okay, watch out, Mew Mew. I gotta draw. Yes, your butt. What you up to? You want some snackies? I'll get you some snackies a little bit later. Okay? Yes. My spoiled little Meow Meow. Okay, so now that gives me 2. Yes, bud. So I got 2 out of the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I got 6 dudes in here. This one back here. Let's make him implied. Again, you don't always have to draw all the details. You can always imply it. Hey, hey, what you doing? Okay, you gonna be like this? Is this what we're doing? This is what we're doing. See this? That's what I have to deal with as an artist. That's okay. Special guest, Twinkles. She just wants to be pet. Yeah, so now you're just gonna, really? We're doing this? Okay, here, I love you, Meow Meow, but I'm gonna have to scoot you over. I need to work on this panel. There we go. There you go. Who's your good girl? You're my good girl. Okay, so
here's a result from the web.
What the hell? No, Google. I really gotta turn that crap off. I don't really like having it. Okay, so we got foreground, mid-ground, background, kitty. Then it's gonna be foreground, mid-ground, background again. Okay, so this guy right here. Again, now keep in mind when you're wearing full battle rattle, these things can get like stupid restrictive, like very restrictive. So these guys don't have a broad range of motion as they're running through. So yes, Meow Meow, head over there, please. Okay, thank you, Meow Meow. Thank you for your guest appearance and showing me your butt. Okay, cool beans. Now that she's gone. Alright, and these guys are not to worry about getting too many differences to like generic, soldier number 22. Nothing too crazy. I do need to add some more, like their helmets a little bit more forms fitting on like the ones that we have currently today. So these are going to be a little tighter to their skull. Okay, again, you need to have protection of the neck. Right here you have the straps from the vest on the side. And then you can see this dude running. Oh, the tacticalness. Alright, there we go. We're doing that right there. Okay, and again, make sure they're not flagging their peers. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm going to continue from there. Again, not looking for perfection, just trying to get stuff done. There we go, so the running. You can see the vest right here. Alright, we'll continue. He's in like the mid motion. He's like in that transition step. Okay. There you go. Oh, make sure I don't forget V's neck tattoo. And he also have a couple arm tattoos. I need to go back. And I have to constantly make sure they are drawn on him. But his sleeves tend to be long enough that sometimes you don't see it. You might see just a little part of it. That's pretty much what I had right there. It's a band there. Tipping on this side, it's a little band right there. Okay, it's coming along. Ooh. It's starting to get late. Said I'm trying to force to do myself at least 1 hour a day. So whatever I don't finish today, the little speed lines going on there. You can see how part of his rifle is coming down here. Again, right now we're just doing bricks. I'm not that worried about it for the time being. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and continue. Oh, I need to start getting ready for tomorrow though. Okay, this guy's gonna appear a lot bigger because he's in the foreground. So foreground, I'm gonna thicken out his outline to imply he is in the foreground. Make him stand out from the other dudes. Again, personal preference. There you go. So he stands out. He's clearly in the background, so I'm not to worry about him right now. Then now this guy right here. Looks like they're wearing like cyclist hats, which is actually kind of hilarious. So in this case, this is going to be more forward. This is going to be more back. So it's going to be the opposite of this. So he's going to see more of the front of his chest. Then we're going to see this elbow, and this is why I didn't get too worried about the detail here. And right here, the arms going in the back. There we go. So you can do that right there. There we go. That's pretty good. I think this could be a pretty good stopping point because it's already 8:30. Then I have to do part 3, and that's okay. Again, I'm trying to draw every couple of nights. This is me insanely slow, guys. Like, I used to draw a hell of a lot faster than this. But, I mean, so far, not too bad. I did like an hour and a half to do the base layout. I'm an hour in, and I got this much drawn. And, you know, back in my day, I used to average about an 8-hour shift. And this is very simple and clean. I'm doing a lot with backgrounds. I used to do about 2.5 pages at my top speed. So this is still pretty good. It's still clocking in. It's just, again, I sit in a computer all day, typing with my hands. I do weightlifting with my hands, and then now I'm drawing with my hands. So at some point, I've been trying to make it a point about like 8:30, 9 o'clock, anything that's hand heavy, I try to withdraw back from it. So yeah, no, this is, it's getting done. It's getting done little by little. But yeah, yep. So with that, guys, I appreciate you. Like I said, I'll keep trying to do more of these sketches. Probably in the future, like I said, I'm trying to do more AstroCats. I need to do more design stuff for them. I'll talk to my peers to see if they're cool for me designing certain things on here. You know, sometimes if we're doing production, you want to put your stuff out there. But at least kind of brainstorming some ideas, gears, and stuff like that. But yeah, so with that, guys, thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you guys soon. You have a good night. Night.